Can you tell me a little bit about your experience with housing in Madison?
Housing. Well, I moved up here when I was 24, I think. My kids was babies then, but it was pretty good because I was raised in Madison till I was 18 and I moved back down south. So housing, even way back then, at that time, landlords was almost telling you what you shouldn't move in. I mean, when I was working, I wanted a 3-bedroom for me and my kids, and the landlord told me I couldn't get the 3-bedroom just because it wasn't in my price range, you know. So I had to settle for a 2-bedroom, which that was fine, I guess, you know. So after that, you know, I eventually got on Section 8, and it worked out pretty good, you know, with that, and then I had Section 8. I mean, I still have it. So it's been pretty good that the resource that they have out there for us or for just anybody that need that help to really don't take that as, you know, for granted, because I see it now. It's really is hard. I mean, living out here now, I mean, like I said, when I moved up here and I went to this duplex that I really liked it. It's like $700. Now this was way back in the 90s. And so when I got my Section 8, went in the same place because they told me I had to move there. And my daughter was like turning a teenager at that time. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't stay in a 2-bedroom since I got Section 8 or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the same duplex that I tried to get in when it was 7, I went back over there, went to Section 8, was $1,400. So that was so amazing to me that I couldn't believe that they raised that rent that high like that. And I look at it that I don't try to be black and white, but I just look at white people do have the luxury to live comfortably and not worry about their next, you know, paying their bills or something like that. And then when it comes to us, we're almost getting leftovers. But they're making it hard for us to live in places because the rent is so high. And then that intrigued me, like, but these apartments are almost like 30 and 40 years old. Mm-hmm. And then you know what I'm saying? And so we're just getting leftovers, you know? So that's the thing that they don't cater to us. And I'm not saying we all perfect, because I can see my race where they give us, you know, bad names. Mm-hmm. And that make it hard for people that been living here for years, because Madison is a nice place to live and raise your kids, you know what I'm saying, compared to other states or whatever. So it's like when people just don't take advantage of the help that, as I've been here, it's a lot of help. And now it's getting where you can't find the help. Mm-hmm. And then the people that is coming here, it's making it kind of hard because how people's been living for years, or how they, you know, abuse the situation they live in. Mm-hmm. So, you know, with that, so I learned a lot, you know, with that. And I voiced my opinion a lot when I lived on Allied. You know, they used to say Allied was a bad place. It's how you live. You ain't got to mingle with the people that you live in there. You know what I'm saying? It's how you make your own home and stuff like that. So, you know, it's just, they just need to start looking, you know, not make us out like we don't want anything out of life. Because it is a lot of families that do want good things out of life with their kids. You know, I look at it too, how they build apartments for the rich and the famous, I guess. Mm-hmm. You know, they got a swimming pool, they got the tennis court, they got that, but they make it hard for us to get in there, or they're not going to accept Section 8, or they don't want us there. It's almost like if you let one roach in, it's 1,000 that's coming. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of bad, that, because, you know what I'm saying? Because I do look at that. You know, why they have a swimming pool. I don't know how to swim, though, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
But, you know,
do you think racism gets in the way of landlords' decisions on who to rent to and how they treat people?
In some department, I can't say, I mean, it almost depends on just, like I said, I've been here almost like 20-some years. So I look at, I've been here long enough where I can't say that back then because it wasn't almost like that race. I think now, just because being how it is, it's just flooded with so much of diverse of how we're doing. So I think that is getting into the situation of that. I mean, just like, for example, I hope you don't give me a Friday notice. When we moved at Rimrock, now that place was kind of bad. Then someone took over. So when we decided to, downgrade, because my kids are, older now, oh my goodness, we had to fill out a booklet to get in there. And I made a comment. I like, well, wow, if I get put out, do I have to fill out a booklet to get put out? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then you made it so strict when we came in, but eventually once they start filling it out, it's the same riffraff that you put it back in from how it was before. So you didn't really do anything, you know what I'm saying? And then the fact that you haven't, I've been complaining a lot about, certain neighbors or whatever it may be. But you can put me out if I don't pay rent. You know what I'm saying? You say no question, no whatever. If we get that 14 days notice, you're out. Yeah. But you can't deal with the complaints when neighbors don't have respect for other neighbors. You got to go through all this just to do whatever you have to do. That kind of like bothers me with that kind of mess with that, because it's almost like money talks. And then whatever, you can complain because you're going home to your house. So you don't have to hear all that noise or whatever. And I feel that, people that we pay our rent, we shouldn't have to live like that either. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, so it's just, landlords do need to start listening, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because there is some good black people out here that wants to live comfortable, and we don't care for half of the stuff that goes out here either, you know what I'm saying? But it just make it hard because they look at it as one person doing it. So you say, well, we all the same, and we're not all the same. So, yeah.
Thank you. Do you have any recommendations for anything that can make housing better?
Well, like I said, with us today, you're fortunate to get that help. I mean, even with the people that have resource for younger girls, that they have like a case manager that helps them with their young kids. I mean, you should take advantage of that, because that does help. If you haven't been raised by your mom and don't know how to raise your kids, or just whatever, you know what I'm saying, don't take advantage with that, because it is hard. I mean, look at it. It is so hard. And I'm like I said, when I've been here almost 23 years, and when we decided to move from the 4-bedroom to a 2-bedroom, and like I said, all the years I had Section 8 or whatever, I filled out an apartment over by Fitchburg, and I couldn't believe that man did that to me, but he denied me. And you always ask why you denied, and he said because I had an eviction. Now, true enough, I did. This is when I first moved up here. A lesson learned for me, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't think you can go back. You went all the way back to like 20 years. Right. You see what I'm saying? And I thought you said, I mean, you can't. Well, it's all different. But I end up going over there, just ride over there, and look at who he puts in the apartment. And the people that I'd have known when I lived on our line. They used to smoke crack and all that, and probably still do. And that, like, wow. And my kids, I raised my kids. I can pat myself on my back. My kids, police never came to my house about my kids, about no drugs, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the South. So that was just kind of bad that the people that I seen, that I knew from our life, I don't know if they changed, but you could tell if they did or not. And you didn't put me in there? But these people are living in
because of something from so far
in the past, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of bad that, landlords just, hey, I mean, just look at someone, like if you're going to look at the whole picture of everything. How people living and stuff. Like I said, I didn't have none of that for my record came back. It was just one thing after the next. You can't say that if I had that, you know what I'm saying? So just I don't know. And corporation, I think. That's why I always said private landlords are more better than corporate. just because they are more to be so almost on your neck that you have to be so perfect, and then you're making it so hard for people to even get in these, for say, raggedy apartments. And these apartments are not apartments that just got built. These apartments that people been living in for years, and are you making it better, like new appliance and all that stuff? It's probably the same stuff from years. You know what I'm saying? So and then you're making it hard for people that can't afford anything to even get in there, and you're not even putting any money in your buildings anyway. So I just look at it like that. So, I don't know. But you make your house your home, whatever you try to do. Yeah.
I also would like to add that me being a first-time renter, it is kind of hard when they look at your background or your rental history, because I don't have a good strong rental history, but I also don't have, and because I don't have a rental history, I don't have evictions, no felonies, none of that. My record is very clean, but because I don't have past experience of renting, they look right over that too.
It's a reason to keep you out.
But my thing is, it's just like a job. If this is my first job, give me a chance to prove to you that I am worthy of being here. With the apartment, give me a chance. Try me out. You know what I mean? Give me a chance to show you that I can pay my rent on time, and you won't have any complaints, from me in my home, and I won't violate any rules. You know what I mean? Give me that chance. And me moving here, it was like that when I was back home too, because they would look and say, you don't have any rental history. How can we, then you need a co-signer. Then you need to make 4 times the rent. And, that's just not fair. And then it is people who are considered having a low income. Why not build more low income properties? Make a lot of more. You can have something diverse. You can have people that can afford it. You can have people that's on low income. Why can't we live together? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, back with the resource thing, if we had more resources to help us out on that, you know what I mean? I can show you. You can always take your resources back, once I get it together, You don't want to have streets full of homeless people. Why not give us a chance to, prove to you that we can pay our rent? You won't have any problems. We won't damage your property and things in that nature. So that's about it.